Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to say to you, I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but an eternity is in it. And I'm grateful that I'm able to be here with you to share some ideas, to say, I'm living by design. Shouldn't you?
Imagine walking away from a 28-year executive management career in corporate America to pursue your passion of empowering the world, giving them the tools they need to live their dreams. The Living by Design Show with Kathy Holloway Hill. Impactful, informative, empowering. Take a look at a few of the guests that have been on the show. It's your time to be living by design.
Hi, I'm Kathy Holloway Hill, and welcome to Living by Design. There are many motivational, inspirational speakers, and then there's one, the only, the incomparable, Dr. Willie Jolley. And it is my absolute pleasure to have you on the show, Willie.
It is a privilege, a pleasure, and a treat and a treasure to be on with you. We've been trying to do this. You have been telling me if you're ever in Indianapolis, anywhere close to Indianapolis, please let me know. And so I called you, said, I'm coming to Indianapolis.
Sure
I got a speech in Indianapolis.
Yes.
And you said, I'm coming. Can you break away from signing books to come over and do this interview? I said, absolutely. For you, absolutely. My joy.
You are absolutely amazing. And yes, you're here for the conference, and I know you're not going to be in the city for that long, but you have no idea how much this means to me and my viewers, because you are so anointed. You're a singer. You're a Hall of Fame speaker. Oh my goodness, your accolades just go on for days,
I'm grateful. That's what I am.
I know.
And I'm just a child of the Lord, and I give God the glory. And it's He who do the work through me. And I say this on my XM show. My show is on now #1 in the country. I'm very grateful for motivation and inspiration. And I tell my listeners every week that God's gift to you is life.
Yes.
And your gift to God is what you do with your life.
Ooh.
So you should do something extraordinary, exceptional with your life. You should make it so that God would not be ashamed that He made you, that you didn't waste your time here on earth, that you did something that will leave a legacy and leave an impact and leave an imprint here that people will remember you came this way.
I so appreciate you saying that, Willie, because I know there are so many people who chase money, and they jump from venture to venture to venture to venture, trying to get that almighty dollar. When I try to tell them as a life coach, if you will just discover what it is that God put you on this earth to do, what are your unique gifts and talents? What is your purpose? We all have a purpose, and they don't understand that.
You know, interesting enough, and many people understand Scripture. And I believe that the Bible is not just the great salvation book. I have a doctorate in ministry. I have a master's in theology, but I'm a motivational speaker.
Right,
and
a great one.
And I'm not a preacher. But I believe that biblical principles will inspire. In fact, we started every Monday night now. We do a Google Hangout called Monday School. It's like Sunday school, but it's Monday nights at 8 o'clock.
I saw that on Facebook.
Did you see that on Facebook? And I encourage people. It's absolutely free. And what we do is give biblical principles on how to live better. And one of the points I've been recently teaching about is about purpose. That we know in Romans 8:28 that it says, for all things work together for good for them that are the called according to His purpose. We know about the all things working together for good, that when stuff looks bad, it really is working to your good. Have faith, don't give up, that your setback is a setup for a comeback. But then it goes that the rest of it, according to His purpose. You have a purpose. He sent you here with a purpose. You were born with a purpose. And your purpose is critical to your success. The problem is most people never find their purpose or find how and why their reason. But if you find your reason for being, someone said that the most important days are the day you were born, and the day you find out why you were born.
Yes,
and
Willie,
so when
I
you
use that one.
And so, but here's the thing: when you find how you find when you're born is you find that thing that either you love or you hate, that passion that's passionate about, that you would do for free.
Yes.
I would speak for free.
Yes.
I would inspire. When people come up to me and ask me for a handout on the corner, I before I give them anything, I give them a motivational talk. I say, why is it that you're settling for pennies when you could have dollars? That you've got capacity, you obviously spoke to me, but you have settled for beneath your passion, your purpose, or beneath your possibilities. I encourage you. You might have had a tough time. You might have gone through a divorce, a sickness, something that took you off track, but don't get this as a place of permanency. You want to start growing out of this, and maybe this little donation will help you. Now, take it and don't use it poorly. Pour into good ground, and God will bless it. So I'm excited. I'm just excited to be on with you, finding the purpose, finding why I'm here, and trying to motivate people to live their best lives and live with a passion about it, and make a difference in not only their lives, but their children's lives, their grandchildren's lives. So I'm excited about being with you.
Willie, please answer a question for me, because this is the one I hear all the time. We all have a journey.
Yeah.
We all have a painful past.
Yep.
People need to get beyond the pain to understand that the pain comes to you to strengthen you.
Yeah.
We can't teach and inspire from a textbook.
Right.
We have to teach and inspire from a place of our own pain. That's why we go through it. So that's why God puts us in those painful situations, so that we can inspire others from our own place. Please help people to understand they can't let the pain stop them. They got to turn it into power.
Well, my book, A Setback, A Setup for a Comeback, not only is it a bestseller here in America, but now around the globe. It's a bestseller in Spanish, it's a bestseller in Chinese. I mean, it's all over the globe.
Yes.
But what that book talks about is when you have a setback, which you're going to have, how do you respond to it? You can respond negatively or positively. That when you have a setback, you must make a decision. Is this a setback, period, or a setback, comma? Now, when we were in elementary school, they told us that when we were in elementary school, they told us you had to understand the difference between a period and comma, be able to read and write and articulate effectively. And so a period meant end of the sentence, see, spot, run, period. End of the story. Comma, though, meant pause, transition. There's more to come. Just keep reading. There's more to this story. So when you have a setback, you go through a tough time, you have some pain, you have to ask yourself, is this a setback, period? End of my sentence, end of my story, no more to be said? Or is this a setback, a comma? Just keep going, keep living, keep moving, stay positive, stay in faith, and you'll see that this setback is nothing but your setup for a comeback. For those who don't know, my story is simple. I was a nightclub singer who got fired, replaced by a karaoke machine, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I took a job with the Washington, D.C. public school system as a drug prevention coordinator, talking to little kids about staying away from drugs. It was during that time I discovered this ability to give speeches. As part of my job, I gave speeches, and the speeches for the little kids led to the teachers saying, can you come to my teachers association? Someone there would say, can you come to my church? And someone in the congregation at the church would say, can you come to my company? That led to me speaking all over the Washington area, and one day Les Brown coming to DC for a speech and happened to hear me speak and invited me to be on tour with him and Gladys Knight, the Music and Motivation Dream Team tour. I was the opening act, a new guy who spoke and sang.
I know, and your voice is
thank you.
Crazy.
And then that led to Gladys and Les introducing me to radio people. I got a little radio show. It caught on. It got syndicated, which led to PBS, CBS TV, and that led to Sirius XM. Now my XM show is #1. That led to a publisher hearing me on the radio, calling my office, said, I loved your thoughts. We'd like you to write a book. Have you ever thought about it? I said, no. They made me an offer. I said, I thought about it. Wrote the book. It only takes a minute to change your life. Became a bestseller. Setback is set up for a comeback. Bestseller. Turn setbacks into greenbacks. Bestseller. Attitude of excellence. Bestseller. And so all of that happened because I got fired and replaced by a karaoke machine. And then a couple years after that, I got named one of the top 5 speakers in the world. And it just happened because I got fired. Right. So what I'm saying is, don't stop.
That's right.
Don't stop.
There is so many facets to you, and we're going to take a quick break, and I want you to stay right where you are because I want you to hear so much more from this brilliant individual coming up on Living by Design.
Without a thought in my mind or a doubt in my mind, your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. The greatest moment of them all.
Welcome back to Living by Design. We are here with the incomparable Dr. Willie Jolley. And Willie, you are a best-selling author. You're a motivational speaker. You're in the Speakers Hall of Fame. You are just the man. You're gifted. I love you to death. And
I am grateful. It is He who do the work through me.
I know.
Amen. I give God the glory because I could.
You're helping a lot of people.
Ooh, I'm so grateful. Give God some glory. Anyway, I'm glad to be on with you. I met this beautiful woman in Louisville, Kentucky. I was speaking for the Speakers Association, and we NSA National Speakers Association. If you want to be a speaker, go to my. In fact, if you want to be a speaker, I give some tips on how to get to be a speaker, and I give some steps that help people. One is Toastmasters, one is the National Speakers Association.
Yeah, because NSA is the premier.
It is.
It is the premier.
Toastmasters teaches you how to speak.
Right.
NSA teaches you how to get paid to speak.
That is true.
So that's what I do. But I help people to grow. We have our speaker boot camp a couple times a year. If you're interested in learning how to speak with power for profit, then come to our speaker boot camp. You can go to my website for more information about that. But NSA, National Speakers Association, I met you there, and you were there, and we developed a friendship, and I'm so glad to be able to be on your show today.
Well, I'm humbled. I really am humbled because I remember that time, and I had just stepped out on faith, had just stepped out of corporate America, and actually Ebony Magazine got wind of that, and they did an article on it, so I was so humbled by that. And Willie, it has just been a whirlwind and amazing. When you live according to your purpose, God brings the right people to your life.
That's right.
It was meant for me to meet you that day.
It was absolutely meant for us to meet, and we stayed in touch by email. And she told me she'd moved to Indianapolis, and I said, well, if I'm ever there, she said, can you be on my show? And I said, if I'm ever there, I'll remember. So I did remember to
come. And I love you for that.
Well,
I absolutely
my pleasure.
do.
My pleasure.
Now, you're going to be back here again, and let's talk about the Get Motivated.
So I told you my XM show is now #1.
Yes.
Once the show became #1, we started getting calls from all sorts of people saying, wow, we hear about this XM show and how it's so dynamic. I said, well, thank you. I got a call from the Get Motivated seminars. Now, you know Get Motivated seminars.
Is that Tamara Lowe?
Peter Lowe and Tamara Lowe were the owners.
They were.
But they went out of business. And it was we have a new owner who has taken it up. Now, it used to be with Zig Ziglar as the lead dog.
That's the one I saw. And
then Colin Powell would be on it, and usually then they go around to big arenas around the country. Well, about a month ago, I got a call from the new owner. He said, I heard about your Sirius XM show being #1, and we've heard you speak, and you're dynamite, da-da-da. Zig was our big dog, and we want you to come to Miami and replace Zig. And I went a couple weeks after that, and in Zig's old spot, I spoke. And so we're supposed to be coming to and I could not be more blessed that Zig was my mentor, one of my friends who encouraged me, who inspired me, who lifted my spirits when I was new. So to be able to replace him on this tour is just so fantastic, and I'm just honored. So I'm coming to Indianapolis. Awesome. I believe it's sometime in May, but you can go to williejolly.com. In fact, I want to give everybody a gift. Let me give everybody a gift. If you will just go to williejolly.com/free. That's like a secret site on our
secret page.
A secret page on our site where we give away the book Think and Grow Rich in a digital version, the book that changed my life. We give away audios, we give away videos, we give excerpts from my XM show. I got an interview with Wally Famous Amos that's over the top, that's off the chain. We give away so much good stuff on that. So williejolly.com/free.
Now, that is a true brilliant individual who is living according to your purpose, because it's not all about the glitz and the glam. That's going to happen, That's meant to happen, but you're giving back. Oh my God.
As you give, so shall it be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, overflowing. Now, many people think that's just giving a donation, a financial donation, but you can give in a number of ways. You can give your treasure, you can give your time, you can give your talent. And I try and give all of those. So I give my time, I give my treasure, and I give my talent. And I've found that the more I give, the more it comes back in ways that I can't even imagine. And it comes in ways that's like runs behind me and chases after me and jumps in my pocket, you know. So I'm very grateful that I give an opportunity, and I'm grateful for being, you know, whoever's looking right now, did they know that I won the lottery? Did you hear I won the lottery?
No.
I won the lottery. You didn't hear about it?
No.
I won the lottery. Oh, when did I now your question should be, how much did you win?
Well, when did you win, and how much did you win, and where's mine?
Okay,
No,
okay. Here's how much I didn't win any money.
Oh.
But I won the lottery. Yes, when did I win? I won it this morning. And I win it every morning that I wake up.
Oh.
I wake up, and I wake up in America. I wake up in America. I wake up in a place where people from Mexico and from Haiti and from other countries are risking their lives just to get here. I woke up in a country with all of its issues. I woke up in a country where even with sexism, racism, ageism, all the isms, you still can make $1 million in America. And you don't have to be the brightest bulb in the pack. And you can leave a legacy in America, and no one limits how much money you can make, what impact you can have except us and our limited thinking. And so I won the lottery. Every day you wake up in America.
I love that.
How you like that?
I love it.
Come on, somebody.
All right,
hey,
now,
I'm getting fired up now. I'm getting fired up. Just hanging out with you, I'm getting fired up.
You are absolutely amazing.
I am
and I love the fact that, you know, I heard one of the local ministers here recently say that if God can't give through you, He's not going to give to you.
I think that might be true as well.
It is true.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Because
that's why you are so blessed, because you're blessing others.
Well, I found that if you make a difference in the lives of others, it'll impact how you live your life.
You better believe it.
And so I'm grateful. Look, I'm married well. Really, y'all talking about somebody who married well, way over my head. So my marriage is great. My wife is fantastic.
He's being humble.
We've been married 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Come June. Kids, you know, now, are they perfect? No! I wish I could tell you. Let me tell you something. I went to hear a speaker one time. I was a new speaker. I went to hear a speaker one time. It was a success rally. The first speaker talked about how his life was perfect. His marriage was perfect, his kids were perfect, his money was perfect, he had it all together, it was fantastic. His life was rocking and rolling. And he was telling, here's how I did it. And I'm taking notes. Yeah, oh yeah. The next speaker came out and said, my wife and I love each other. He said, we got a great marriage, but our kids, we got issues. We got some who are out, who are messing up. My business is struggling. I've had time when I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I didn't know how I was going to keep the lights on. I've had to beg the phone company and light company not turn it off. I got some money coming in. And here's how I handle that. And here's how I get through it. And there are times when I fall on my face and I don't know what I'm going to do. But I just have to keep back up, getting back up. And I listen to this man. Now, the first man, I took notes, but I don't remember his name. The second man changed my life.
Wow.
I know who he is. I know his name. I know who he is. We've become friends. I've had him on my XM show numerous times. I don't even remember this guy because I couldn't relate personally to this guy. I could relate to this guy, the guy who struggled. I struggled. My kids are not perfect. My marriage is great. I'm grateful for that. But we've still got to deal with in-laws, ex-laws.
But you know what happened, Willie? It sounds like that first guy impressed you. The second guy impacted you.
Boom, that's right. And so...
And you know, hold that thought.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick break. As you can see, there is so much
we got a lot to talk about.
Oh my goodness, this guy is so energetic. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Kathy Holloway Hill, founder and CEO of C. Holloway Hill Enterprises, is committed to providing her clients with the highest level of excellence with a special emphasis on employee branding. Their youth programs will transform our young people into future leaders. Their services can be customized to meet your specific needs, and the metrics speak for themselves. Let's get growing with C. Holloway Hill Enterprises today. Visit their website at www.chollowayhill.com or call 502-387-7701.
Welcome back to Living by Design. We are here with the incomparable Dr. Willie Jolley. Now, Willie, I want to ask you about the book that really got my attention. I think I read it maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I don't even know. Your setup.
Your setback.
Setback is a setup for a comeback.
Yes.
What inspired you to write that book?
Getting fired.
Oh, okay.
Getting fired from my job as a nightclub singer.
See how our greatest work comes from our pain?
Setback and set up for a comeback. So I was a nightclub singer, made my living singing jingles during the day, nightclubs at night, got fired, replaced by a karaoke machine, and that's where it all started to change.
Wow.
And so that book has had such a profound impact on so many people.
You better believe
and this is one of the time when I knew it came through.
Because we all have setbacks.
Yeah, it came through me, not from me. That book came through me because people's lives have been so impacted. I know it had to be God to say they need to hear a message from someone who is, just a person who is similar to them. I'm not above or beyond. I'm just a guy who had a setback, was a nightclub singer. So that book, and it had 4 parts, and I interviewed, my story is only the first 2 pages. The rest of the book talks about the people I interviewed, like the lady I interviewed who was a 9th grade math teacher. She went to the doctor one day and told, you have terminal breast cancer. You got 6 months to live. She said, I can't die, I got too many children to teach. They said, we're sorry, but you got 6 months. They sent her home to die, but she lived for 33 more years. When I interviewed her, she said, tell the people in that book of yours that I might have cancer, but cancer does not have me.
I know that. Amen.
She beat cancer 4 times.
Oh my God.
And she said, well, one other thing I want you to tell them. I said, what is that? She said, tell the people in your book that doctors can give you the diagnosis, but God gives you the ultimate prognosis.
Ooh.
And so it was her story.
Goosies.
And then one story after another of people, a lady who was going up the corporate ladder, got almost up to the top of the ladder. They fired her and told her she was too old. But she came back and bought the company. You got story after story after story. And then the principles, what were the principles that I learned? That one, you got to have a big vision. Everybody I interviewed talked about their vision, that they didn't see themselves as failure, they see themselves as on their way to success, that their vision was bigger than the problem. So first you have a vision. Second, you must make tough decisions.
That's right.
You must decide to stay away from negative people. Get them out of your life. Negative people will kill your dreams. And then you've got to decide to have an impact on your negative self-talk, your negative self-thinking, your self-limiting beliefs. Third, you got to take an action step. So vision, decision, then action. You must take action on your goals, your dreams, your visions. Whatever it is you want to do, you must take action. You can't say, well, I'm waiting to get it all together. No, move before you're ready. Take action. Start working on it now. Even when you're not ready. Someone I told this group I was speaking to, because we're here in this conference center, because I was speaking next door in a big rally, and I told the group, and a man I met before I went on stage, I said, what do you do? He said, I have a small trucking company. I said, remember that big shot is just a little shot who kept on shooting.
Ooh.
You got to just keep on shooting. Don't give up. Take action. And finally is great desire. You got to want it bad. That the greater the desire, he said, I will give you the desires of your heart. First, you got to know what you want, and then you got to be willing to go after what you want and want it bad. I always like to use the analogy. Imagine if one person wakes up, and they wake up around midnight, and they say, I want a soda. They go to the refrigerator, no sodas. They go to the window, it's snowing. They go back to the refrigerator, look a second time, and they settle for a glass of water because they really didn't want the soda that bad. Second person wake up around midnight, goes to the refrigerator, no soda, water. Go to the window, open the shade, snowing. Put on a hat and coat and gloves, galoshes, walk a quarter mile to the corner store, but it's closed. And they go back home and settle for a glass of orange juice because they really didn't want that soda that bad. Third person wakes up around midnight, says, I want a soda. Walk to the refrigerator, no soda. Walk to the window, open the shades, it's snowing. Put on their hat and gloves and galoshes, walk a quarter mile to the corner store, it's closed. Another half a mile to the grocery store, it's closed. Another mile to the gas station, and the soda machine is sold out. But that person keeps walking and trying until they get a soda. Now, if you go that far for a soda, how much further would you go for your dreams?
Oh.
That's a question everyone has to answer sooner or later. No matter who you are, life is going to test us. You say, I want to do X. You start on the path. Life is going to test you.
And as soon as you decide, I want to do X, you know the demon is going to
It's going to happen. It's life.
You know the demon's going to come after you.
Life is testing. So those who don't give up beat the demon, the disappointment, the give up. You can't give up. So that is why you got to do it. And I was on a radio show one time. I gave that analogy about the soda.
Love that.
And the host though was quiet for a second. Then he said, Willie Jolley, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard in my life. Who gonna go out in a blizzard for a soda? I said, you know what? It is ridiculous. But only those who attempt the ridiculous achieve the spectacular. So if you're gonna be incredible, we got a television show here that you had a dream about. Has it been easy? No. Has it been challenging? Yes. What do? You keep going.
Your story reminds me of, I can't remember who said this, but someone said to me once that when you're interested in a goal, you do what's convenient. That's the story you told.
Yep.
But when you're committed, you will walk over hot coals, you will do whatever it takes. And that is
that's what it takes. You got to make a commitment that you're going to do it.
Absolutely.
Just
now, we're coming up on the last few minutes of the show, but
Okay.
I want to make sure, what is your website?
Oh,
If
yes.
You have several websites. I want
Two
you to
websites.
Okay.
Well, 3 websites. I'm sorry. You're
Yeah.
right. First website is williejolly.com.
Okay.
Or williejolly.com.
It's on your screen.
Willie Jolley. Second website is jollygoodnews.org. That's my ministry or my nonprofit site, where we just want to inspire people to live better and achieve more. So you got excerpts from me on the Our Power. You got excerpts from me on the 700 Club. Excerpts from me at different churches. Excerpts from my daily 1-minute messages on television.
And what about the Monday?
Monday School is on that too.
Okay, great.
So Jolly Good News, Jolley, goodnews.org. And then finally, my virtual, how would you like to have me? 24/7 for your staff, for your people, for yourself. 24/7, not on my schedule, you can get access to me, but on your schedule. You can get me at midnight, whatever. You can get the same message I give to me corporate audiences, to Ford and GM and Walmart, to these big rallies, how to change your thinking and transform your future. You can get it 24/7 with each one giving you a module with me interactively talking to you. So it's like me and you talking, I ask you a question, you respond, and you say something, I say, no, that's not the right answer. Or yeah, that's the right answer. Whatever you respond, I got an answer for you. It's called Jolly Virtual Training. Jolly Virtual Transformation. Jolly, Jolley, V as in virtual, T as in transformation.com. It's awesome. It is really awesome. And we just launched that. We've got governments who are doing it. We had the DC government. They're doing it for the people who are new to the workforce, either from welfare to work or for those who were incarcerated, that they are able to get this training to help them to get a mindset of excellence and an attitude that will take them to the next level.
Now, and as you can see, that's why I wanted to have this gentleman on my show, because he is absolutely, now you understand why I said there are motivational speakers, and then there's Dr. Willie Jolley. Thank you so much.
I'm honored to be on you.
My dear, dear friend. I
Absolutely.
love you so much.
It's mutual.
I'm blessed. I'm so blessed that
I
you're in my
am grateful.
space.
Well, look, I'm grateful. This is a great lady. She's got a great show. Y'all stay tuned and y'all look every week. Call Lottie Dottie and everybody. Tell them to watch this show. And then I'll see you when I come back here to Indiana. I'm come back often. And then finally, go online and just get that free stuff I gave you, williejolly.com/free. I want to be a blessing to you so that you can be a blessing to others. God bless you.
God bless you. We'll see you next time on Living by Design.